The man had been stranded on a deserted island for days. One day, he found a package of instant noodles in the river, but there were no noodles inside. He opened it up, and all that was left was a tiny seasoning packet. Looking at it, he thought to himself, if only I could eat a bowl of noodles with that sauce. He buried his face in the packet, trying to savor the aroma. And even at night, he'd dream about those incredible noodles. The next morning, he woke up determined to make noodles. He gathered all kinds of plants from around the island. He tried cutting them up and grinding them down into flour. But soon, he realized that without corn or wheat, it was impossible. He stared blankly at the grilled fish in front of him, but all he could think about were those noodles. The next day, birds chirping woke him up. When he looked outside, he glanced at the flock of birds overhead, then at the bird droppings on his shelter, and an idea struck him. With 2 fingers, he gently rubbed the droppings and discovered undigested seeds mixed in. So he started collecting seeds from the bird droppings. He found a flat piece of land and planted the seeds there. He looked at the package, studying every single character carefully. This was his hope for survival. After that, he'd wake up each day and exercise. He built his own fish trap. Climbing trees became second nature, a salvaged shovel became his pot, and dried leaves became his tea. He'd sprinkle some homemade seasoning on whatever food he prepared. That was his simple breakfast. Whenever he worked and felt sweat dripping down, he'd use a small bottle to collect it. A few days later, he saw small plants sprouting. He was thrilled and wanted to protect his crops from the birds. He made a scarecrow out of his jacket and placed it in the field. He began tending to his crops every single day. One day, he noticed something special. It was a cornstalk. His heart filled with joy, because now he could finally make his dream of eating noodles come true. Once the crops were ready, he stripped the corn and ground it into flour, used his knife to cut the dough into strips, dropped them into boiling water, then added that same seasoning packet. He took his first bite. Tears welled up in his eyes. The taste wasn't perfect, but these noodles were filled with his hard work and his will to survive.